Come along on this tour of area condos here in Cebu City. I'm out hunting for a motorcycle parts dealer, actually, but we're going to go by many condominiums. Some of you may have never heard of, not familiar with the areas, and I'm going from Cebu City over up through Guadalupe and Labangan and back towards Cebu City then, and through the Uptown area, back through Cebu Business Park, which is where the Ayala Mall is. And I'll point out several condominiums along the way. In fact, that one just upper center, that's one pavilion. I have done dozens and dozens and dozens of reviews of condominiums over 8 years, and this one pavilion has a mall. They've got a grocery store and a bit of a mall on the first couple of floors, and nice pool up above. I think I've done two or three. This condominium here is called Sundance, and I've done two or three videos of condominiums in there over the years. And this area is not too far from the Uptown area. Fuentios Minya Circle, big traffic circle, is called in that area is called the Uptown area versus the downtown area. And then you've got barangays. I mentioned Guadalupe. We're headed up towards Guadalupe and then down towards Labangan. And looking for a Rusi dealer. I've got a motorcycle that needs some parts to repair it. Got a medical center there on the left. And if you're interested in looking inside of condominiums, see what they look like, what they rent for, what they cost to buy, I've got, I think, over 1,400 videos up. A lot of those are reviews of condominiums, housing developments, housing subdivisions here in the Central Visayas. I've been over to Iloilo City, Bacolod, over to Bohol. Got a number of videos over there, subdivisions, and cost of living videos, travel videos. If you haven't subscribed, I think over 60% haven't subscribed that watch my videos. Think of subscribing. Thumbs up, comments always help the algorithms, help promote the channel, always appreciated as well. Cebu City itself, Cebu City metropolitan area, includes several different cities, and many different subdivisions, condominiums, new condominiums going up rapidly. They were going up rapidly when I came. Now this is several subdivisions down this particular street there, Paseo Arcenas area, housing developments, and has potential down there. And along the side of either street there's also like a retail area. There's restaurants, a grocery store there, I think a metro, I believe. So you don't have to go very far if you live in that particular area. I have often described Cebu City metropolitan area, as a small, big city. It's a big city, second largest city after Manila, but much smaller than the Manila metropolitan area, population-wise and area-wise. But generally, unless you're in rush hour traffic in some areas, it doesn't take too long to get around to the various areas. During rush hour, like any city in the world, things can slow down considerably. And when you hear terms like Guadalupe and Labangan, Lahug, they are barangays. Barangay is basically a village within the city. They are smaller political entities within the city itself, and you can kind of narrow in on certain areas. Now this condominium we're coming up to, Casa Mira. I've done a video at the one in Labangan, I think, previously. And I think they've got three Casa Miras. They've got one in Labangan, one in Guadalupe, and I think this is the one in Guadalupe, and one over in Mandawi. The one in Mandawi, I think it's still under construction. I don't think they have people living in there yet. And I'm taking a hobble hobble. A hobble hobble is a motorcycle taxi here in the Philippines, and generally, there's a little bit of a risk involved with these guys, but generally pretty safe. I think we actually passed by an accident. A motorbike was down on the street. Somebody had hit him, a car had hit him or something. So there's a little more risk involved, but they get me around traffic faster generally. And one thing I've told people through the years is, if you're interested, especially if you're on a tighter budget, looking for the less expensive places, there are houses, there are apartments, there are condominiums available that are not listed online. There's a subdivision, La Palma Subdivision, down that way, and just pick an area that you might want to live in and walk around it. If noise is an issue, especially at night, go into the areas at night, talk to some of the people. If you've got a Filipino friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, that can help you, just ask. Filipinos are some of the best network people in the world. They know somebody who knows somebody who has a place for rent, for instance, or if you need to move something, they know somebody who knows somebody who has a vehicle that can haul your goods around if you're moving from one place to another. I have had 3 trips to the Philippines over a little over 8 years, and I've lived in 6 different condominiums, different areas of the Philippines. A couple of reasons why I've moved. One was, a couple times it was because of the noise. A couple times because I wanted to move into a little nicer unit, a little larger unit. A little different area than what I was in as I learned a little more about the city. I live in the Uptown area now, and I like that area. I've lived in a particular place for 3 years, and just talked to the landlady. If they will keep the rent as is, I will stay another year. And just for your information, when I originally came here, I'd read a lot of books, watched a lot of videos about the Philippines. I had an idea what I would have to spend, and I ended up spending more than what I thought. A couple thousand pesos more per month than what I thought I was going to. Even after all the research and doing the budget over and over and over and over again. And anyway, we have gone too far. I suggested to my driver, maybe we need to stop and ask somebody. And he sent us back the other direction. But my first couple apartments came in right around 15,000 pesos a month, which was about 300 based on the exchange rate at the time, which was about 48.5 pesos to the US dollar. I'm now spending, I've got a larger 1 bedroom, 42, 43 square meters, got a nice balcony, nice view. Wish I had more space, but I really don't want to move because I've accumulated enough stuff. I don't want to move. And I do like the area, the Uptown area. But I'm paying 25,000 pesos a month. And at today's exchange rate, which is about 57, 56.5, 57, quite a bit higher, almost a peso more per 10 pesos more per dollar, and that makes it a difference. So I'm paying US dollars, I'm spending about 450 US dollars a month. And that includes condo dues. Something you want to ask when you're looking to rent. Does that include association fees, condo dues? Almost always, unless you're in a Airbnb or Booking.com where everything might be included. Generally, you're going to pay your electric and your water up and above that. Sometimes the prices quoted do not include condo dues. I'm averaging like 3,400 pesos a month for electric. and it had gotten up to I think 6,000 a month. I was running my air quite a bit after I injured my shoulder. I was home a lot and had my air con running quite a bit. And once I got that bill, I started opening the windows and running the fan a little more often. Got it down to about 34, 3,500. My water's about 500. They raised the rate of 500 pesos, about $10 a month. My internet is I think 1,200 a month, something like that, and for about 25 megabits per second, something like that, and that generally works pretty well. So my total cost for my utilities, my electric, my water, my internet comes to just over 5,000, which at today's rate, another about 90 US dollars there, I think. And like I mentioned many times before, fully furnished, if you're looking at ads and it says fully furnished, well, that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So get an idea what your requirements are. Write them down, what your amenities, your requirements for in your condo, apartment, house that you might be renting. And fully furnished might be a mattress on the floor and a rice cooker and a plate and a cup. For some people, that's fully furnished. Other places are even lavishly furnished, very well furnished with all your utensils and cooking items, all that type of thing. In the very near future, I'm going to do a video about leases. I've seen a number of leases. I think I've had 3 or 4 leases, and the rest were just verbal agreements. And in fact, when I started this video, we were leaving the Guadalupe Rusi, and he sent us up this Labongan. He said they don't order parts there. These are the people who order parts, and the guy said he wanted 3 or 4 days to check on availability of the parts. I have a Rusi 250 Classic, which is not. There are a few of them around. I've not run into them. I have met a few people. My problem is I had a 18-year-old student who had a passenger run into me a couple months ago, a month and a half ago, and his mirror had fallen off apparently, and he was trying to stop and pull over to retrieve his mirror, and I was sure I was past him, but all of a sudden, bang, I'm down on the pavement, just split second, less than a second. And so I had a couple items fall off. I didn't even think to try to pick up the pieces while I was there. Highway patrolman showed up, did an accident report, and they told us we're not allowed down this street. We're not allowed down that street. Only locals are allowed. Anyway, PNP, Philippine National Policeman, came, did an accident report. We had to go down south several miles to the Cebu City Traffic Office, do an investigation report. The guy explained to him that he was at fault, but he didn't have any money in the insurance, so I'm pretty much left fixing it myself. Now, several of the fixes are pretty cheap. The main collar that hooks onto kind of holds the front end together. My front wheel and my handlebars are twisted. They're not lined up. And I did some research. I thought I could straighten it out. But I had a subscriber and friend contact me, and he was maybe interested in buying it. And we came and we started messing with it. We found that one of the collars that holds the right front fork and shock absorber was busted and wasn't holding it, so it was loose. So anyway, Russia is not known for parts availability, but anyway, we'll see if they have one available. Then I'll have to find somebody who knows how to switch that out. The Rusi has been a good bike. I've taken on one long trip around all the way around Cebu Island, 5 days. Very comfortable. The guy I got it from, American, he had put a real nice comfortable seat on there. And here we have Casa Mira. Casa Mira again.
Casa Mira, yeah, that's what I thought.
When I first came to the Philippines in 2015, first place I stayed, the manager of the condominium was an architect. And I seen all these new condominiums being built, and I asked him. We sat down and had a long chat, and I asked him, "Do you think they're overbuilding here in Cebu City metropolitan area?" And he said, "That's part of the discussion, whether they are or not." But there was a lot of demand, people coming in. The demand, a number of things were happening. You had the foreigners coming in and investing. You have OFWs doing a lot of the investing, overseas Filipino workers who are making good wages overseas and wanting to invest in properties here in the Philippines. So you had a lot of those. Other foreigners investing. You had POGOs, Philippine Offshore Gaming Organizations. I believe that stands for mostly Chinese companies that offer online gaming, and gambling is illegal in China. Of course, you can make anything illegal, and see how that goes. They tried it with alcohol in the U.S. Back decades and decades ago, housing development there. And anyway, gambling goes on, and there are those in the Philippines who are trying to shut down all the POGOs, kick them all out. There are especially realty companies who don't want that to happen because those POGOs and their thousands and thousands of employees need a place to live, and that will affect not only your office space rentals, and at the present time there's a fairly high vacancy rate, partly because they've kicked some of the POGOs out of the country who were involved in other illicit activities, apparently. So anyway, yeah, there's vacancy rates, and of course, let's not forget March 2020, when the government decided to stop all travel, and announcements were made. Millions and millions of foreigners who were renting condos, hotels, resorts here in the Philippines left. They went home. They were afraid. They went home. And still not a full recovery here. And we're now November, December, January, February, a little bit into March are your high areas. Now we're into the low area. That building there is City SOHO, SOHO, City SOHO. And they've got a bit of a mall on the first couple floors as well, very close to the Uptown area, the capital region. And they market that as SOHO. Small office, home office is what that stands for. They market it as a office, but you can also have your residence there. If you buy, I think all the units were studio, small studio, maybe 22 square meters, something like that. And you can, I think you're allowed, some of these places allow you to buy two if you want to combine two. And so then you'd have 44 square meters. So anyway, after the nation finally opened up, they were one of the last nations to open back up to travel after the government imposed restrictions, the pandemic. This big park to the left, this is the big, very dangerous traffic circle. And you've got a big park in the center. There's sometimes different events going on there. You've got a Robinson's Mall. You've got two Robinson's Mall, one on either side of this park, the circle. There's the accident right there, motorbike accident. And yeah, I lived here over a year. I didn't know this one is Robinson's Fuente. This is Fuente Osmeña traffic circle. And the other one across the way is Robinson's Cybergate. And this is Mango Avenue, the famous Mango Avenue, Mango Square up here on the left. You got a couple of hotels on either side of the street. Big tall building down there, Horizon 101. This used to be Mango Square up here, just to the left side, used to be a big entertainment area. Lots of bars, restaurants, resto bars. This is where Mango Square starts, National Bookstore there on the corner, and that Mango Square area. And on the back side of this, just on the back side of these buildings here, they're building the social Mango, and that is the social that shut down in IT Park, and they're moving back in there. Maybe they'll be open in a month or two, not sure. And Horizon 101 just to the left. Tallest building, I think, outside of Metro Manila, I think at 52, 55 square floors, something like that. Got a couple of girly bars on the right here, and across the way you got a girly bar and another bar. Jollibee here, big kind of offshoot, different kind of church off to the left. And you got right there on the right side, you got Howling Dog Bar. This street has been known to many people as Mango Avenue. It used to have a lot of mango trees, a lot more than it does now. But the official name, I think, right after or about the time that World War II ended, they changed the name of this street. The official name, General Maxilome Avenue. And anyway, this light up here, if you take a right down the street, you have two condominiums, Spianada, which I've done videos in, and Queensland Manor. I've done a number of videos in both of them. And I've lived in Queensland Manor for, I think, over a year. Anyway, yes, we share the road. We literally share the road here in the Philippines, and use the oncoming traffic lanes when we can. The taller building there to the upper right is, I think it's City Loft Condominiums. I think they're owned by the Regency, Crown Regency Group, I think. And I've done a video in there as well. And we're turning on Guadalupe Avenue, and this is going to take us up into the Cebu Business Park area, owned and managed by Ayala, and many different condominium projects there. Some quite a number of years, built many years ago. Some newer ones, and more being built. I'll point out a few of those. Ayala has its own security force, and they are able to issue citations as well. So if you see them out there, they can just be aware that they are essentially a private police force, I guess. And we're going to take a right here. Got it up there ahead. You got a new condominium being built up there. The ones you see right ahead of us on the left is part of Solinea, and Solinea has, gosh, 5 or 6 towers, I think, that are in there. Each tower has its own particular name. Nice area. I've done videos in there. You are right across the street from Ayala Mall, so it's convenient there. A lot of the sidewalks in this area are a little bit better than they are in many parts of the Philippines, of Cebu City, metropolitan area anyway. And the big commercial area, Cebu Business Park, many corporate commercial buildings, banks, and the building straight ahead to the right, upper right, is the new Lucima under construction and going up very fast. I've done videos in their showroom, so if you want to take a look at what that is and what those units cost, give you an idea. The condominium just to the left up here, you've got Ayala Mall just to the straight ahead of us to the left, And the tall building just to the upper right there, or upper left, is Park Point. I've done videos in there. Very nice, larger units. Off to the right, if you turn right here, HSBC Bank is just across the street, and good little bank if you need to withdraw up to 40,000. Upper left there, that is Alcoves. Anyway, that's the end of our little tour today. Thanks for coming along. Stay safe. Safe travels. See you next time.